This isn't life!
Well, lads, what is this? Episode 11?
11.
It is 11. It is.
Yeah.
It is
11.
number 11.
We're
All
doing
at
something a
once.
little bit different this week because me and Alex are actually in the same room.
Yeah. And we're also using one mic, which it is a podcasting mic. It is a condenser podcasting mic.
Yeah.
But it's... I don't know how it will sound in the post.
I guess we'll have to see, won't we? We'll have to test and find out. I feel like we're like two sort of American... You know that Key and Peele sketch where they're like doing American football teams?
Do you know what I
I
feel
sort
like?
of
I
feel
feel
like
like I'm
and
like
over to you, Jeff.
because we can see it on camera. I'm like a TV reporter, and I'm interviewing
Yeah,
YouTube for
with
like
our
some kind
local
of
correspondent.
heinous crime, some kind of crime that you've committed, and I'm trying to get your side of the story.
Yeah, what do you think, Josh?
My daughter is innocent!
But the witness statement clearly reads that she was high on methamphetamines.
So, like, basically, the only difference is this week in chapter 11 of This Isn't Life is me and Alex are in the same room.
Yeah,
Doing it on a
we're...
little laptop.
Will has come around my house.
Yeah,
We have an omnidirectional mic.
Ooh,
The
fancy.
pickups. Oh, it's fancy.
Fancy.
And Josh
Fancy.
is still at home as we talk to him.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to come around, didn't you? But didn't fancy it.
absolutely did. I am busy later, so
That's fair enough.
Say no more, mate. Say no
So
more.
yeah, I mean, as much as the podcast is my life, obviously, do have other people to see, things to do.
No, you can't.
You know, well, I know
You signed a waiver, mate.
how you are a rock star and a podcaster is beyond me, Will. I don't know how you
Oh,
do
well,
both.
you know.
That's
Things in pies and all that.
You're like Jared Leto. You're a talented man of many talents.
With a small penis.
Oh, I mean, I love Jared. I can only imagine his penis is unholy beautiful.
I have heard.
The guy is unreal.
I have heard from sources that
Buffalo sauce.
know of him. So, in other words, that basically, if anyone hasn't,
A friend of a friend.
allegedly,
allegedly,
someone who's quite big, movie star, TV show host, I think, and director, producer, whatnot, has said publicly on his own podcast that Jared Leto doesn't have a small dick, but he does give bad dick.
Ah, right, okay. Well, that's just as bad, isn't it?
Oh, I mean,
You can have all the length and no idea,
you
can't
you can't be everything. The geezer's a
No.
fucking freak of nature. Like
Have you seen-
every? Go on.
Go on, I was going to say, have you seen Morbius, though, or whatever it is?
No.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not supposed to be very good. Yeah.
No,
Is it?
It wasn't very good at all. But for someone who is such a good actor, he done half pick some shit roles to do.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
But
Like,
then
he
in
doesn't
Dallas
pick his
Buyers
films
Club,
well.
Dallas
That's what I'm
Buyers
saying.
Club,
Fantastic.
great film.
Requiem for a Dream. But he does
Yeah.
he does pick he hasn't picked very good films to be in.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I think that's the perfect segue into Josh's story this week.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's actually got nothing to do with Jared
Relax.
Leto. But
Jared
yeah,
Leto's
so-
dick and Josh's story.
Give us an
There we
idea
go.
for the title this week, which we always struggle with, so there we are.
Yeah, I mean, straight off the bat, this is a belter. So, woman marries her briefcase after 5-year relationship.
A 5-year relationship with the briefcase or her
Yeah.
husband?
And,
just what I was thinking.
no, so like, well, wait, I'll show you a picture of her because she's actually got quite a decent picture. You can't actually see it because it's blurry.
Oh, she's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
so
too
she
bad.
doesn't look. Yeah, so
Doesn't look
right,
mental.
so
What does mental look
Her-
like, Will?
Rain Gordon has sounds like a something out of Marvel. Rain. Gordon
It sounds
has
like a
finally
police
turned in
commissioner.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Jim Gordon's daughter.
Yeah.
Other
That's
daughter, not
That's
Barbara.
Barbara.
Not
Okay.
Barbara, it's her twin
Um,
sister.
You know all the names there. I know the guy who plays him, Gary Oldman.
No, it's not Gary Oldman, the new one.
Oh, I don't care about the new one. It's Christopher Nolan forever, mate.
No. It's,
No.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan made the Batman Begins.
there's only one Batman, and that's George Clooney. We all know that.
Adam West.
Yeah.
Adam West. Adam West.
Rain Golden has finally tied the knot with the love of her life. which just so happens to be her briefcase. Oh, so the TH-24 has always been sexually and romantically attracted to objects, despite having had relationships with human men in the past. Rain had bought the briefcase from a hardware store as a prop for a photo shoot.
I bet it was a hardware store.
And I bet it was a prop. And soon found herself falling in love with the item, which is called...
Thomas. Let's guess. Is it a human name?
I imagine it was... The only time you'd ever hear this name is if you were fighting in Middle-earth, or you were some kind of king or conqueror back in the day.
So it's not Barry the briefcase then?
It's not Alexander.
No, it's quite it's very like regal. Like it's very Game of Thrones. It's very Lord of the Rings. I think it's the make of the briefcase though. So if you thought logically with enough time, you could actually get this because it's not that.
Leopold Sportif.
No. When I tell you it, you'll be like, oh, that does also sound the name of someone that would make briefcases, or something like that.
Gerald.
No, starts with, close though, sort of.
Smith and Field.
Well, you're not really close, but like begins with a G. You want to know what
it
is?
Begins with a G.
Begins with a G.
Galian.
French Guiana.
Oh, Alex, you are ridiculously close.
What was it you said?
Galian. It's close to Galian.
Galian.
Think regal. Think more regal. Like this stuff, my son.
Geralt.
No, it's like that though. It's got a D in it. It's got a D in the middle.
Gideon.
Yes.
Is it?
No way.
Really?
No way. Yes, Gideon.
So
Will,
Gideon the briefcase.
Absolutely outstanding work there, sir. I doff my cap to you, sir. I doff my cap. Unbelievable work. Okay.
Gideon.
Yeah. So which is called Gideon. A few months later, in November 2015, Rain and Gideon made the relationship official, and now 5 years on, the couple have wed. So I'll stop there.
Okay. Where is she from? Did you say? Is she English?
Oh, well, this. Well, do you want me to read one more short little snippet of the next bit?
Please. Because I want to know in what states and stuff like that. Where can you marry a briefcase? Because I don't think that's legal in England.
Well. When I tell you where she's from, you'll be even more surprised that it's allowed to happen.
Okay.
Rain, from Moscow, Russia, said, "My fascination with objects began at the age of 8.
I did not expect.
No,
Russia.
Not the name like Rain either. I thought Rain was like. I've
heard
it called Rain, but not.
I thought it'd be like
not Russia.
Las Luvlich or something.
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Yes. Putin.
Do you know what?
Putin's marrying suitcases.
Just something that crossed my mind really. Why don't people who have this might sound really ignorant of me, and I'm sure Rain is going to possibly take issue with what I say. Yeah, ignorant. But why don't people with objectophilia? We've been through it before, haven't we? We've had something on the pod before. Why aren't they ever attracted to like a penis, like a dildo or something? Because that would also, imagine, satisfying. Because what satisfaction is she going to get from a suitcase?
The corners, mate.
Can she get in it?
Can she get? Is she not? Is she a contortionist?
Yeah, they've often got quite a nice sort of texture, haven't they? Sort of like slightly rough, so she could ride it.
No, this is a metal briefcase.
Is it 4 wheels or 2 wheels? Oh, briefcase. So it's not got wheels.
She can't get in it.
It doesn't look like a briefcase. It looks like what I imagine you would keep. Maybe, like when you open it, say, Alex, you'll probably know about this. Like maybe if it's something that's on a film production, it's like really expensive, like a certain light bulb or something, or a bit of equipment that's like got a laser in it or something that's really quite fragile, and it's a lot of money. You'd open this briefcase up.
They
foam padding.
Round corners.
Yeah, it'd be like a foam padding inside with this thing in the middle. Do you know what I mean? Like a.
They are called Pelly cases.
No, it's
Pelly
not
cases.
A Pelly case. It's
not
a Pelly case. No.
I think I know what you mean. It's just like a reinforced case, isn't it?
Like a
put instruments in and stuff.
It is like a Pelly case, I guess, but it's not a Pelly case. It's like
because Pelly.
It's probably about. Probably about the biggest PlayStation 5.
Because a Pelly case is obviously a brand, Pelly, and the cases are laser cut inside to whatever you have that you're putting in that, and I believe they're bomb proof, they're drop proof, they're waterproof.
Yeah, didn't a tank run over one or something and it didn't break?
I believe so, yeah. But it's that style of box, but it's not Pelly, so it's just a cheaper version of that, potentially.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, we'll put a link to this up after.
It's a flight case.
Yeah, a flight case.
Underneath.
I get what you mean, yeah. I've got a question though. What have you said? What first attracted her to Gideon?
No, not yet. So I'll carry on because I can see you two are absolutely itching to know more about Rain and Gideon. So during my childhood and early teenage years, I fell in love with places such as the new shopping centre that opened in my city. I knew that it was wrong and beyond the norms of society, so I didn't tell anyone. Falling in love with the object is as unpredictable as it is with a person. In 2015, I was really into cosplay, and I was going to dress up as a CSI investigator as part of the costume. I needed a briefcase. That's where I first met Goldie in August 2015 at the hardware store. The attraction was instant, but Rain says that at first she didn't take things so seriously.
There's more of a fling, was it?
I think so.
Just visit on the weekends or something.
I imagine she's walking down the aisle in the shop and it's just like, if someone's opened it and it's closed and it's pinched her bum and she's gone, oh,
yeah,
saucy little case.
Off the rack and just like sort of raised her arms.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was going to take this.
With his wheels on it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was going to take this. Yeah. Take Gideon. Obviously, at the time they weren't a couple. She didn't even think this was serious. Just thought it was a bit attractive.
Yeah,
just dressing up. She's doing cosplay. I reckon she was doing a bit of role play of this new shopping centre. She was gonna. I'm gonna enter you. Yeah, I'm gonna enter you, and I'm gonna be all over you. Yeah, got my badge and gun. Yeah, that's how you up.
To the shopping centre. I'm gonna get you shut down.
Yeah. Did a good cop bad cop routine.
I'll get you evacuated so we can be alone.
Yeah. I'm gonna go in all your shops.
Gonna enter every hole you have.
Yeah. The attraction.
Not allowed section. Not authorized.
Hold on.
Staff only. You naughty boy.
Fire exit, don't even start.
You two should not be allowed to be on your own. You should be separate. I mean, you shouldn't be allowed because you like pick up naughty kids. I'm trying to get through my script. You two are like just absolutely messing about at the back, messers. Mate.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. Go on.
Right. Have we calmed down? Have we settled down?
We're settled. Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. Cool. Right. I had no idea that we would end up together. She explained. I admired how he looked, but I didn't think anything more. But then I started liking Gordon for more than that. I slowly realised I was starting to fall in love.
Gideon.
Sorry. Did I say
Gordon? Yeah.
Yeah, you said it twice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's another fella, mate. She's already cheating.
Shit, no.
Found another case.
She's looking elsewhere.
He's a Jackie sports bag.
Another case.
He's empty inside there.
It's another case.
This isn't life!
This podcast is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby was formulated to give you all the energies, all the focus, with no jitters or crash.
Yeah, I mean, we are talking no sugars, no calories, no maltodextrin, and no artificial colours.
You get 30 servings in every tub, and it comes in over 8 different flavours. But you know what else is sick about them? Their merch. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers, all on their website. Go check them out now.
And when you're on the website, type in "This Isn't Life" for 10% off your whole basket total.
This isn't life! I'd want to look after him for hours and feel his presence. After another few months, in November, the relationship began. We shared our first hug and kiss, and we spent more time together in the evenings and at nights. We could have philosophical conversations for 3 or 4 hours.
What?
Just by its very definition,
How does that work?
that's a lie.
Yeah. No, but
you think he's listening? He's just talking. She's just talking to the wall.
She owns a pair of red socks, and she has it slightly hanging out of his opening, so it's like a tongue.
And massive googly eyes.
Yeah,
just by a fan.
That's all it does.
Oh,
It's
yes,
just like, he's speaking to me.
Oh yes, you bring up Nietzsche and the great philosophers. Brilliant. Tell me more about what you
shoving Chinese takeaway into like the all Chinese takeaway around the front of it, like just cramming it in.
Now.
Yeah.
They're going to have a shower. Yeah, we're going to have a shower together as his tongue flaps up and down, and all he says is, "I bet you can't crack my combination."
Oh, gentle.
Yeah, he's gentle, prying her open.
Oh, you're tight.
Get inside of me.
Feels like one of your locks is undone.
Undo them separately.
Undo them slowly, naughty boy.
It's like she's trying to do a bra with the clasp.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Our spiritual connection and communication is shown telepathically. Okay? I hear him, he hears me, but from the outside, it looks like a monologue.
How does she know that he hears her?
That doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah, that's what she said.
How does she know that he hears her?
Well, Gideon is more than just a partner to me. He is a husband, a friend, and a mentor. His moral support helps me more.
He's mentored her on being fucking dead still.
A mentor.
just pure. I want to be a case and just like lays. She goes into airports and lays on a carousel.
She wears Heelys as well, so people can carry her around.
She says, "I feel like Gideon knows me better than I do."
Oh, really?
Really?
So yeah. So then it goes on to look.
Well, she'd know all of his nooks and crannies, wouldn't she?
Every corner of his being, apparently. It goes on to tell you a little bit more about objectophiles in general.
Go on, let's say I'm interested in this. What you know? I mean, I know. There's some weird shit going on out there. I just don't understand it.
Is
Is
there a picture of Gideon?
Yes, there is a picture.
Them two together, maybe holding hands.
Yeah, which we can. She's only holding the handle.
Where they're getting married.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right.
So we'll put this into the Twitter so everyone can see. You know, you'll be able to see the pictures of Rain and Gideon. I hope that he's waterproof because if she's going to rain all over him,
yeah,
you never know what might happen. His insides will get wet.
Boys, I just hope they're happy. You know, if they're happy, can't blame them. No, who hasn't fallen in love with their? Who doesn't love a suitcase or briefcase when they're going on holiday?
I mean, they are handy. I'll be honest.
That's true enough.
Do you know what I mean? Could you imagine going into? Could you imagine how weird it would be? Right, just think for 1 second how strange it would be to go in an airport and just see no cases from anyone. People just there without cases. How weird would that sight be?
Yeah, I think it would take me a moment to.
Could you imagine? There was like
really
not one
weird
bag, not one bag. Everyone's going through security, not one bag.
But in that case, do you?
Bizarre would that be?
I know we don't. Us boys don't take buses often. But if you was to get on a bus and someone had a suitcase, would you find that weird?
Round here where we are, because we're not near it. South End, no.
No, not really. If it's just one person, and they might be heading to a South End airport, you know.
Yeah, no, of course, but I think, yeah, no, this is not so strange. But imagine walking into an airport and seeing no bags. I was at the airport, you know, when I went to Bergen. I was sitting in the airport and I was thinking, imagine no one had cases or bags.
But they don't. When they're in the terminal, they don't have cases, do they?
Yeah, people, you still.
You get the little
10,000 bags that people have got. Like if you count everyone, I reckon every 2 people have got a bag between them. Of something. Do you know what I mean? It's very rare that you haven't got a bag. So, like, even if you go to America or Australia, long haul, you still got to carry on.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because you've got iPads now, iPhones, cases to carry. You've got passports. It's like even if it's a man bag, it's still a bag.
Yeah.
It's actually nuts, mate. Like, what a scary. I don't know why I thought of that, but
I make you right in thinking that.
Weird, isn't it? Maybe we need to investigate that at some point.
Yeah, imagine this. What would you do though, guys? Like, what is your understanding of like objectophilia then? I mean, like other than imagine like put yourself in her shoes, or like, okay, this is a weird question. If you could fancy an object, what would it be?
That is a hard thing.
But you look at things in shops all the time, and you go, that looks nice. I want that.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Even if you ain't got a house, I look at lamps sometimes.
Do you know what
when I'm
it'd
walking
be?
through like
Do you know what
M&S or
it'd be?
Debenhams. When it was
For me, it would have to be art or music.
But
Because at least then it makes it slightly less weird. Imagine I've married the Mona Lisa because it's just so fascinating.
But can I stop you? Can I stop you? You said music. Music's not an object.
All right,
it's like a cassette, not cassette, a vinyl.
Yeah, or a vinyl. Okay. Yeah.
But imagine if it wasn't like just dip into maybe a deep desire. You got any ideas?
I think for me it would be something like, I love my computer. I do. Could I marry it? Probably not.
I did walk into PC World when I first bought this MacBook.
And this is how it all comes out, isn't it?
This
is how it all comes
pieces
out.
of metal, yeah.
Very sleek.
And we have a strictly platonic relationship, but we do work for each other.
Looks aren't everything. I myself prefer Windows. I don't like the operating system or personality of a Mac. Right? Yeah. I don't like their personality.
But their user interface is very easy to use. I mean, just for instance, this is going to be a very boring digression. Setting up a printer is much easier on a Mac than it is on a PC. Don't know why. Just always has been. I just think it's the ergonomics of the system.
And I prefer the. Do you remember the old black and orange Sony Ericsson?
Yes. Yeah.
That's my favourite because it held music and it's 14 years old.
Well.
You like him holding some music here at the time. Do you know how I like my whiskey?
Oh,
Josh, you know.
Go on.
I tend to like my women how I like my whiskey. 10 years old and in a barrel.
Oh, lads, very good.
Saying that about my Mac though, I wouldn't dare let her go out in the rain.
No, moving swiftly back. What's Pink and Dusty?
Madeleine McCann's bike.
That is nuts.
Ask a question. What has this got to do with a suitcase?
No, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm just saying.
Do you know what?
Look after your children, people. That's all I'm saying.
Josh, mate, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I like all the digressions we have. Like all the little stupid shit we go into.
It's that was what I love. Another feather to our bow, isn't it?
That's it. It's just chatting. This is what people can talk about when no one's recording. So why don't we just put it out?
And I mean, as a going back to not the roots, but the reason we started this podcast was
designed to be outrageous.
It is designed to be outrageous, and it is a genuine conversation. We're not going to be fake people. There is a line because of who it's going out to. There is, but I
don't think we're even infringing on that line though. We're just talking. This is all. It's not. We're not political figures. We're just three normal fellas. We have jobs or we study. We're doing what we can to make a bit of money in this world and have a laugh. That's all we're doing.
Yep.
I can't be bothered to walk on eggshells.
No, I agree. I don't think
that's more what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's get back into it.
Rain identifies as an object sexual, which refers to individuals who develop deep emotional and/or romantic attachments to and have relationships with intimate objects or structures. Inanimate objects or structures.
Yeah.
While she had been interested in many different objects and structures in the past, Gideon was her first real relationship. Rain attempted to get into the relationship with a human man in 2017 while still in a relationship with Gideon, but found she couldn't connect with him the way she did with the briefcase. She eventually realised that Gideon was the one for her. She said, "I am not a strict objectum sexual, and I am not against relationships with people, but I have never found myself with a person who could overshadow my attraction and fill my heart in the same way as I feel with Gideon. I was with a man in 2017, the relationship lasted 2 years, so not bad, but it did not end well. He discovered my addiction to objects, and that was one of the reasons we broke up." I would say that's the only reason they broke up. Well, She might have some other like terrible traits, but I couldn't connect with him. When faced with a choice between him and Gideon, I chose Gideon without any hesitation. I always have and always will choose him. For me, objects, although I don't really like using that word, really are better than people. And I'm inclined to agree with her. Objects are better than people, I would say.
Objects are better than people.
I hate the majority of people. If my circle's tight, I keep my circle tight.
So look, there's a difference between sitting there saying I love playing on my PlayStation or my computer or doing something with the TV that because I don't want to deal with people, and there's then I want to fuck my PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Is she like sexually attracted? I know it said romantically in. Did it say romantically in something else? Did it say, I guess physically means the same thing as it said.
Well, I imagine her ex-husband split up with her because she was just constantly masturbating all the time with a dildo. Yeah. She's constantly on the go. Yeah. And he's like, "What? Why? You don't do this to me. Why are you doing it to that?" And she's like, "I love it more." Like,
he never thought it was weird that she was talking to her cupboard, like cupboards and stuff like that. In the kitchen.
Oh, I'm going to fill you up when I go out there.
Yeah. Oh, don't you look dirty? Talking to the fridge.
Yeah, clearing it out of that.
Oh.
Yeah, so that...
He just finds her standing in a wardrobe.
Choking herself.
Yeah, she's got his tie.
With the Henry next to her. He looks knackered.
The Henry Hoover. Yeah.
He walks in, she's got Henry and Henrietta.
Yeah. Oh, thank God you got your girlfriend, man.
But Henrietta's eyes, they're not round like they are printed on. They're just slightly slanted with a big grin on her face.
Yeah, like a menacing grin. Yeah. Yeah, they've both got different hoses on for different holes.
Henry's got an apple in his mouth.
Rain's got the rubber gloves out.
Yeah, that's it.
So that is the end of Rain and Gideon's relationship. So we're not the end of their relationship. The end
of their relationship.
Sorry. Not the end of their relationship. So the end of the article, the piece.
The article.
So
well,
I mean, we've unpacked a fair bit. I mean, I thought this has been a very argument / fault / like talking avenue. This has been a very good for us.
Just a bit of just a bit of casual chit chat.
It's opened up a lot of avenues for us. This article.
I think this episode has been very. It's been a nice, relaxing one. Due to what happened in the last 2 episodes being a second part having to watch a documentary, and I feel like we've gone back to slightly more relaxed and feeling like it's a bit more of a laugh than it was where we had to do a lot of research for the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a lot of work.
I get it.
I don't think the viewers or the listeners understand how much hard work it is behind the scenes. We had to watch a whole hour's documentary. It was fucking tough.
Honestly,
you don't know what we put into this.
So hard watching TV.
You don't know what we put into this. They've actually got no idea.
So that was the end of the article, Josh.
Yep.
And that summed up everything that you have the knowledge of on Rain and Gideon, the flight case / suitcase / briefcase, because I'm not too sure what he even is.
/ 24-year-old woman couple.
Yeah. Will, any questions, answers, and takebacks, or anything that you can deliver us?
Yeah. Well, so did she say that it was like what sort of relationship is this? Is it like it's obviously a somewhat a serious relationship.
They're married.
As serious relationship goes, they're married.
Oh yeah. They tied.
They just got married
after 2 years.
They've tied the knot. They're married. Where does she put the ring?
According to Beyonce, on it.
Yeah, that's true enough.
On it, apparently.
But maybe she just put it on his handle. That's probably where she's put it.
I reckon she's had something made, like not a ring, but like I don't know, maybe a little sticker for him or something that's never going to come off. You know, like a sticker with a ring, maybe.
Yeah, later on, like a couple of years down the line, when they start having problems, maybe they bought a house. They're trying to get a baby in as well. It's all just a bit stressful with their careers and everything. and the sticker starts wearing off. So, oh, you're not wearing it anymore.
Yeah. You told me you was down the gym. Why are you taking your ring off down the gym? Strange.
Yeah. Oh, extra hours at work, is it? Why did I see you with Tracy?
We both know you don't work. You're a suitcase. Like, where you been?
Yeah. Who are you travelling with?
I imagine that she super glued 2 little hands onto the side of him. Like, do you know, like Mr. Potato Head.
The things you put on you.
She has put the eyes, the nose, the moustache, the lips, the ears, and the hands of Mr. Potato Head on her suitcase.
Oh, you're falling apart, dear. Yeah, she gets out of the shower. Have you had a shower? Oh, you look like a right state. His eyes and his nose and everything all in one place.
I can imagine that he's in later years. She takes away his ears, so she's like, "Put your hearing aids in. You can't hear me, you daft old bastard."
Yeah, maybe an eye out because he had a stroke.
Josh.
Oh, ridiculous.
Josh, can you give Will the answer of is it a sexual relationship?
Well, that actually never got mentioned.
I wouldn't mind some thoughts on how that might happen.
Yeah, it never got mentioned. She didn't specifically say.
But she said like an emotional and something else.
She said
relationship.
physical.
I can't
She
remember
said
the word.
physical.
Oh, she said
like,
physical.
Okay.
I guess physical is different to sexual, no?
No.
I think that's just more of like
I think
a
that's what it
euphemism.
means.
Yeah, it's just a little nicer way of saying it rather than I slept with.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Will, have you got a verdict based on that?
Well, I mean, it seems to me fairly wholesome. Did we find out where she's from?
Mother Russia.
Oh, she's
from
Russian.
the motherland.
Yeah. See,
that's what we rejoice.
Is it that it's from Russia and it's sort of so unbelievable?
Because obviously
Russia people like
love,
that exist in Russia. Well,
it is
absolutely no doubt about that. Yeah, John Travolta.
James Bond. Yeah. Nicolas Cage.
He is from Russia with Love. Right,
Bond.
You two kind of look silly. No,
yeah, Russia with Love is James Bond. Wasn't it Timothy Dalton?
Yeah, but there's also a film. There's also a film with John Travolta in.
Yeah, it's not called From Russia with Love. It's called From Russia, isn't it, or something like that? Isn't it?
Is it Paris? Hold on, I'm going to Google it.
Are you thinking of In Bruges with Colin Farrell?
Nah.
Are you thinking of the Fear and Loathing of Las Vegas?
It might be.
Are you thinking of Philadelphia with Tom Hanks?
Are you thinking of South Park?
Are you thinking of the film titled Amsterdam?
I swear to God, it's from Paris with Love.
Okay.
Is it like, should I believe it because there's people over there, over in Russia obviously have the same sort of weird fetishes and stuff. Maybe it's not as well.
I don't think
over here.
It's a Russian thing.
No, of course not.
No, he's saying
that sort of informs my answer on whether or not it is life or
legitness.
not.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah,
she stands a lot of ridicule for doing that over there.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what year this was published? Was it recent or what tabloid?
It was
published it?
2020. Would anyone like to have a little guess? We haven't had a little guess recently of where the tabloid.
How
the Metro.
He's got it in one. He's actually got it in one.
In hell.
Alex.
Okay.
That sounded like
I was not thinking.
We've done this pod for 11 weeks now, and I know where they come from.
That's because you've read
everyone Josh has done has actually come from the Metro.
Hey, it's a free.
We know where you're
free
looking.
paper. Man gets trains, people. Man gets trains. Sees these things.
No, but the best of it is, you don't get trains, so you must go to the train station to get the paper and come home.
Man hasn't really got a job. Man just hangs about the train station all day and says he has a job. Man sells newspapers for a job.
Yeah. Therefore, ergo.
Yeah. Next week it'll be Josh. It's your turn. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one was from the big issue.
This was last week's edition.
Yeah, exactly. So
sitting outside Waitrose, managed to get a.
What can I say? Metro have quality articles and quality journalism. Yeah. What can I say?
They do.
But I mean, so yeah. I mean, is it? Because it's, I mean, okay, maybe 2020 Russia is different to 2023 Russia. we won't get into the politics of it, but perhaps it was fair. I mean, I'm kind of verging on saying that this is life, because I know for a fact there are people out there that they have these fetishes. I'll call it a fetish because I don't know if it's I don't really know the right vernacular for it, or vocabulary. But I mean,
know what, Will?
Yeah, I'll say this is life. I'll say this is life on the basis that there are people like that. I'm not surprised that it's in Russia. I'm just surprised it's being reported from Russia.
There's been no trauma. Joe, what? Okay. You've made me think there. There's been no trauma in this story. Normally we say it goes back to trauma.
Yeah, normally
like some kind of.
Will's. What's the trauma?
Yeah.
What's the trauma?
You like the trauma.
People tend to have, they tend to have suffered from something quite badly that perhaps makes their minds change in a radical way. But I mean, it could perfectly well happen in nature that, I mean, are you not in some way, you have to in some way be attracted to objects to be attracted to something, because you're just, you see someone you like and you see the shape of them, you like the way they look. So
we're all made up of
it is all
the
aesthetic
same mass,
in that way.
So
yeah, exactly. And
that's
I mean, this is weird, right? How far away is it from, you see a jacket that you like, you see someone wearing a jacket you like, and you think, oh, I like that jacket. I just don't like it sexually.
Oh, yeah, this was said before, but like, isn't you probably know about this, Will? Isn't a banana skin or a banana got like 94% of our DNA or something like that, or something mad about a banana? There's definitely something insane. Like we're so close to it. Like,
yeah. I mean, I really don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that that we share.
It's
quite a large percentage of DNA with a lot of things.
Yeah, but the human body,
like trees. And
so that's
the human body's like 98% water. I don't find a cucumber attractive.
No.
Yeah.
But
attractiveness might be on
but if you think about it, it's only because
I don't even like bananas.
I think it is. I think it is. I think the reason we're attracted to humans and stuff, other humans, is because we share a consciousness. I think everyone is connected somehow to the, whether it be to like the mainframe or whatever it is, but we're all a little bit connected. I think.
Have you seen like women that you thought she's hot? You've gone over and spoken to her, and she's got an absolutely dog shit attitude.
Absolutely. And the hot, I'll go out and say this on a whim. Normally, the hotter they are, the more of a prick they are, because they've never had to work for anything.
Exactly. Then. So why would you approach them? If you're connected by consciousness, why would you approach them?
No.
Now I want to get into this in a very minimal way. When we going back to Neanderthals, right? I'm sure it's been documented somewhere that we're here to reproduce, right? The way I see the meaning of life, I don't know the meaning of life. I'm not claiming to know the meaning of life, but what my perception of the meaning of life is we're here to reproduce, and that's it, right? So when we were Neanderthals, how did we know that we couldn't reproduce with a mammoth or we couldn't reproduce with a wolf? There is definitely things that we have done.
It's built into us.
It's built into us. Why is it built into us? Because of
that's the purpose of
Yeah,
evolution.
because of evolution. Because evolution would stop.
We have been told.
No,
so what
not
you're
necessarily
finding
evolution, because evolution doesn't have a will. Like evolution, the way in which every species of every animal or plant or anything ever is, we reproduce by two things that that in every instance there's two things that come together to produce something else, right?
Yeah, but there are laws, mathematical laws. But the universe has laws, doesn't it? That's right. The universe has laws, right? There's certain laws that you can't break. It just is what it is, and that's the law of the universe, like gravity, for example. There's certain laws of the universe, and I think that but I think that may be one of them. It's one of the laws is, even though it does happen from time to time, whether that be just there's a malfunction in the program or whatever it is, but you do have people like, and I do believe it, like people who are like bestiality, that kind of stuff. I do think there's something missing. There's something not quite right, because I think we are made as a structure, or like a DNA molecule filled being, that it's simple. Our lives are so simple. We're here to reproduce, so men find women attractive. I'm not going down the route of like gay, and I have no problem with that or anything like that, but
Yeah, basic physiology.
Yeah, but if we go on a larger scale, humans are only to be really attracted to humans because that is how you create life, how the world carries on, how our species carries on, and that's the law. That's the law of our universe. Otherwise, the world would just stop.
Yeah, law of the jungle.
That is the only law. That's the biggest law, really, when you think about it. Otherwise, the world would stop.
Even in other mammals and things like that.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's been documented in different like phylums or what are they called? I suppose it's phylums, like groups of animals, like reptiles and stuff. But like homosexuality has been reported in a number of different mammals at least. So it's not indifferent to our species.
But if you notice, they also won't. They tend most animals and mammals tend not to break that code. You don't see monkeys having sex with jaguars, even though they inhabit the same space. You don't see birds having sex with snakes.
But then that might be. I mean, the different species, unless they have like a symbiotic relationship where they work together. But I honestly have no idea how that manifests itself.
So that's what I'm saying. So this is what makes this objectified thing even more stranger and harder to call, I think, because after three non-physically mastered or in any stretch scientists have come up with that theory, it makes the thing even more bizarre. It makes you think there's something, must be something wrong to fall in love with an object because it's not built into us like a serial killer. They're not quite wired up right. Without being disrespecting anyone, I'm not putting them on the same level.
That's probably the best way.
There's something just wrong. There's something in our consciousness, or there's something in our brain that's not quite right. Slightly different, slightly off.
So
yeah.
So on that, is that you saying that this isn't life?
No. I'm saying it is life because I think we're all the same. I think these little tweaks that people do. I know a serial killer's not a tweak, but that kind of thing. Anything out of the ordinary in sort of things where it goes well beyond natural. So like fancying an object with no consciousness and no feelings. It is just a block of matter. It's nothing else. Yeah. I do think there are people like that, but I think there's something not right with that. But yeah, I 100% believe that this woman really does love this object, but I think it's misguided. That's all.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah, it's not really at all unusual to hear of someone being attracted. I mean, there's some woman who would love the whole train station or something.
It's very it's very common. It's very not common, but it is very. How often do you see people who buy a new car? When you buy a brand new car, you've got something like a PlayStation 5, and that's what you're into. I would say when you first get it, the elation. You remember when you was a child and you got, I don't know, like my son when he asks for, I don't know, a certain skin on Fortnite and he had to save up his pocket money and he gets it. I would say that emotion he feels, or when Liverpool score a goal, or when Liverpool win, I feel that's very close to not true love or eternal love, but I feel that's very close. That's just on the love scale. That's quite high. Or when you see your favourite band, you hear your favourite singer sing live, what you feel for that song, you can't get any closer. For me, you can't get any closer.
Yeah.
So it's so hard. Who are we to say who to love? As long as it's not children, which I've stated in the past, as long as it's not kids or animals, love what you want. Love who you want. If you love that person, then love that person. World peace, mate. But objects, there's an imbalance somewhere. There's an imbalance somewhere. I'm not saying it's wrong. There's an imbalance.
Yeah, it seems like there's something hasn't fit quite right because as humans go and as we understand it, humans are supposed to like humans, so we can make other humans and perpetuate the human race. Exactly. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But then I guess on the flip side as well, you could then certain people, some people could make that argument for underage and for like violent crimes. I mean, there's always, do you know what I mean? But as long as you know what I'm saying,
you've got to draw the moral.
I just want to make sure that what I'm saying that I'm obviously not talking about that, but you know what I'm saying. I'm saying that love is love, and it's one of them things
Essentially, what you said. I mean, just backing you up. Obviously, you weren't talking about. Essentially what you were talking about is that some people are wired up differently.
Yes.
And we definitely, for right or wrong, often right in many things because they can be dangerous people. They're wired up in a way that is detrimental to